Yes, welcome back to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Meredith. I'm your girl, Meredith.
And I'm Jennifer.
Ooh, there she goes. Watch out. And yes, you could check us out here every Saturday morning, right?
Yes, from 8 to 9.
We're on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. We also are on irlonestar.com. And if you're real savvy, you got our app, so you're plugged
Lone
in.
Star Internet Radio.
Yeah, thank you. Because I know it's a little troublesome. We started as internet radio, but things just got so, we're booming. We got our frequency, FM frequency in November. Things are just exploding here at the station and in the city. I mean, if you've heard anything in the last month, you know Conroe is the fastest growing city by the U.S. Census Bureau. So this is not something we're just making up. I mean, this town is booming. We're so happy to be a part of it, especially Lone Star Community Radio. So we even got public access. It's so awesome.
Yes.
So again, you can catch us every Saturday morning, and we love to just, really talk about everything, including things going on that affect us and other families in the community, including organizations. We love to spotlight and what we call local love to a lot of the great groups and leaders in our area. And today is, of course, the same. We've got Mr. Doug Burrell. Doug, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, Doug, actually, he is commander-elect of American Legion, and it's post 411 in the Conroe location, correct?
Yep.
So that being said, I know it's a national foundation, and I want to tell a lot of the listeners about what you do for the community and what the mission of the organization is.
Well, the American Legion is actually the oldest, or one of the oldest veteran service organizations, first chartered by Congress in 1919. The purpose of the American Legion is to give the veterans a voice and to serve the veterans, their families, and the communities that they're in. So we have a very long tradition of actually doing that. Our post 411, is a very, very old post. It was first chartered here in Texas in 1938.
Wow.
Yes, we've been here since 1938 in Conroe, and my voice sounds horrible today. Excuse me, I'm coming down with something. My wife got me sick, I think. I love you, baby, I do.
And it happens to be super early, I know. But go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. But it does sound good for the radio, doesn't it? Radio voice.
I tell you, you're like very white up in here. Go ahead.
So we do things throughout the year.
Yeah.
For veterans in the community and their families and whatnot. One of the things that we're doing this weekend that we've done for the past 3 years is the Great Conroe Hot Dog Giveaway. And I tried to come up with a longer name for the event, but I couldn't do it.
I was about to say, if I was savvy enough, I would have done some kind of acronym like quickly enough, but I just wanted to make sure I got it right because it's a Great Conroe Hot Dog Giveaway, and it literally means you're giving out hot dogs too.
We are giving out hot dogs, and we started this, as I said, this is our third year. Because when we reconstituted the post, since we've been here since 1938, but over the past 20 years, the post kind of existed only in name.
Sure.
So a bunch of us got together from another post and came over to Conroe and said, we're going to reconstitute the post. And nobody knew that Conroe had an American Legion.
Wow.
So I said, okay, we got to do an event.
Sure.
So what's more summer than hot dogs? So this is our third year, and we're giving out hot dogs to everybody. Conroe, if you're listening out there, and you should be listening, come on by and get a hot dog.
Yeah, Tejas Bingo, 11 to 2, completely free. You get a hot dog, probably get a beverage, you get some entertainment, and you get to meet these great veterans and learn more about the organization because that's one thing that I learned too, Doug, and let the listeners know you're not all about certainly just one-sided helping the veterans. The veterans want to help the community, right?
Absolutely. For most of the people, most of the veterans, and especially true for us Legionnaires, we may have taken off the uniform, but nobody relieved us of our oath that we took.
That's
so
right.
We have to serve. We have to do something in the community. The American Legion has what we call 4 pillars, and 2 of those pillars fit perfectly into the event: Americanism and youth. Back when I was growing up in small town USA, New Jersey, the American Legion was the place. I played American Legion Little League. We don't have American Legion Little League here. Don't know why, but we don't. But we have a Conroe Youth Athletics League, and the American Legion Post 411 donates heavily to it each year. If you go out to the games, and you should, so there's some really good players out there, you'll see the American Legion in the outfield and on the uniforms. We also do what we call meals for the holidays, or holiday meals. a lot of organizations give out turkeys or things of that nature, or do a dinner for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. We took a different approach on it. It's great that you feed somebody that's needed, that needs that for a day, but that doesn't help them for the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So we partner with a lot of local businesses, and we get together some gift cards so that during the holiday seasons, we're able to give out to the families that need it gift cards for the local grocery stores, and put together a Christmas package for the kids for toys and stuff like that. So yes, the American Legion is a veterans organization, and our primary focus is on veterans and their families. But part of our charter is in the community. We are a community organization, and that's why we do the Hot Dog Festival.
See, and I love that. And that's what is so great is when you look up the information about the American Legion, there's no talk about, certainly there, and I know that we want to support every organization, but that day, their mission is to get to know the community. And I love that. There's going to be a lot of activity, of course, ways to contribute to the Great Fund there, because I think you're going to have some auctions and everything. And everything gives back to not only the organization, but I'm sure ultimately to some of the community, correct?
I'm glad you bring that up. Yes, we do have a silent auction. We have about 15 items out there, so come out and bid on it on the silent auction. One of them I'm going to tell you you're going to like. It is a 8-inch Windows 10 tablet. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We went all out, and specifically what we're using for
Sure.
any funds that are raised during tomorrow is we have something that's called the Oratorical Scholarship. So, and you do not need to be a veteran. You don't need to be a child of a veteran. This is open to every high schooler out there. You write an essay on America, on the Constitution, and when you win, you get a scholarship.
Awesome.
That is phenomenal. That really is. And something that I think not everyone probably knows. I mean, that blows my mind. So we've got to get
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, we've got to get the word out, guys. And I'm so glad I know that you're able to join us, Doug, and let us know about the event and the organization. But listeners, you've got to get plugged in too. So again, we've got Doug Burrell, Commander-elect, newly appointed to American Legion Post 411 with Conroe here. They're hosting the Greater Conroe Hot Dog Giveaway, third annual one, tomorrow from 11 to 2. We happen to be broadcasting live, so we are super excited to partner with the organization too. And 3 years. So have you seen it evolve over time, and really have you had a chance to get to know maybe some people you wouldn't otherwise have had visit because of the hot dog draw, and then they just stay and visit anyway, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The first year that we did it over at Carl Barton Park,
Oh yeah.
and we did it right after the weekend of the floods.
Oh,
Yes, it was horrible, but we still had a whole bunch of people show up.
that is amazing. Yeah.
And last year we did it over at Candy Cane Park. It's a little bit bigger. Actually, last year we cooked 300, maybe 350 hot dogs. And the hot dogs that we had left over, because we planned for 500, we gave over to the first responders. We build this as a community event. You need to come out and meet your neighbors.
Sure.
This is yes, we're growing. Conroe is the fastest growing city in the country. But we still are, in a lot of ways, a small town.
Yes, and that's what I love about this community, and I don't want that to change because I know I say jokingly, I'm like, I get out here, and then that's when the boom comes, and all of a sudden my idea of country is no more country. But I love still the culture amongst everybody and the dynamic. There's still, it's that small town feel, and I love it. I just don't want us to lose it. So I think definitely something that I caught on from the organization is just that one-on-one touch, connection with a lot of those in the community. It wasn't something where it was, outside of, getting to know your neighbor. Hey Joe, good to know you, kind of thing, and you learn so much.
I'm going to have to. Do we meet people? Absolutely. The co-sponsor of the event is 105 Storage and Mail Store out on 105. If you're not familiar with them, that's the place with the huge American flag.
Yeah.
Last year, we met those guys out there, and they were wonderful people because we were looking for a storage space. And this year, I'm proud to say that we actually have a firm, continuous, non-changing meeting place we meet out there at the Poplar Business Park, which is part of 105 Storage.
Yep, yep.
And not only do we meet there, but the Houston Honor Flight, these are the guys that had flown out to Washington, D.C., the World War II veterans each year. They meet there too.
Awesome. That's
And
amazing.
This year, when we started talking about doing it for the third year, 105 Storage out there, who's the co-host, said, hey, we want to sponsor this event. And they stepped up to the plate, and yes, they are our sponsor for this event.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
fantastic. I love, and that's what happens when great event or great organizations come along, and you could tell that, it's completely homegrown grassroots, passion to want to help others, and it just is embraced. And I mean, I'm sure you get response after response, and not only great feedback, but saying, hey, think about this, what we do here or go here. Is that correct? I mean,
That is absolutely correct. We do not have any national sponsors at the post level. Everything that you're going to see tomorrow and everything that we do out through the year is all sponsored by local businesses. HEB, our two stores here, they stepped up to the plate. All your hot dogs and drinks are coming from HEB this year. Thank you very much.
that is fantastic, and what an honor, because that just shows you that with those other businesses wanting to pitch in not only their commitment to helping those in the community, but particularly the veterans in our community. And I love that, because I think that we've got, of course, particularly July 4th, we think about it, but these freedoms, and these are silent heroes that walk around all the time. They don't get to wear their uniform outside, so it's just so great to be able to have organizations like yours that not it's a win-win, help others, and
Help
of course,
yourself.
yeah, it's fantastic. So in particular, what if someone is new to the area, and let's say if they're a veteran or even just a newbie or something, how do they reach out? How do they get started? Are there any rules? I mean, certainly to be a part, I imagine you do have to be a veteran to some degree, or am I correct?
You absolutely positively have to be a veteran to join the American Legion. And the rule of thumb is if you've served 1 day of active duty during a period of war, you can be a Legion. You can be a Legionnaire. And it's really easy. You can go over to the website, AmericanLegionConroe.org, or you can call us at 936-207-2401, or you can find us on Facebook at American Legion Conroe. Get hold of one of us. Better yet, come out to the event tomorrow. We'll
Oh,
sign you up
yeah.
right there.
Sign you up, and then what are some of the things you do for your veterans?
We have probably the best service officer in the world, Ashley Taylor. And Ashley is great because Ashley wears a whole bunch of hats. Not only is she the service officer for Post 411, she is also the head of the Military Veterans Peer Network here in Montgomery County.
Wow.
And she is the Texas State liaison for veterans.
Right here in Conroe.
Right here in Conroe. And she works with the Tri-County Behavioral.
Oh,
So
wow.
it doesn't matter if there's a veteran in need, get hold of us. We can't get hold of you. We don't know where you're at. So call us. We may not be able to solve your problem instantly, but we have the resources that you need to be going to find what those resources are.
And you know how to get them to the next step, or
We
where
know
they
how to get them to the next step. That's what we do.
That's phenomenal, because I think, again, it's something that there's so many surprises when I moved to this area of town. The great community culture, the great art culture, the great, artistic culture, and then now just the resources, and of course with everything booming, but to have that resource all in Miss Ashley, I know that the team is just elated, and of course it trickles down. All the veterans are able to benefit from it. So I know that particularly tomorrow is going to be a great time. Tejas Bingo, we're going to be there 11 to 2 broadcasting live. So what can a lot of our guests or those in the community expect to kind of be able to check out tomorrow?
Well, when you come by tomorrow, and the reason we're having it over at Tejas, by the way, is because tomorrow is going to be hot.
I know. No, I love the idea of it. Plus, I have not been to Tejas Bingo. I love experiencing new venues, getting to know the community more. So that's another draw for me. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I appreciate the indoor. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're going to do it at Tejas Bingo, both in the parking lot and inside of the hall, so it's air conditioned.
Nice.
So we're not dying out there. But we're going to have some other resources out. We're going to have some other resources out there. I'm tearing apart the studio here, ladies.
You heard that, Hefe. Total admission. That was not me. That was
Yes,
Doug.
yes, Dick, that was me. Sorry. We have of course, we have entertainment. You're going to be there, and nobody told me that you were going to be there. I know that Lone Star was going to be there, but I didn't know you ladies were going to be there. I'm stoked now.
Oh, we're gonna have a great time. We are gonna have so much fun. But yeah, what else?
We have Cheyenne James. She is a local artist, and she's sang for us for the past 3 years. So come out and hear Cheyenne. She's fantastic. Lone Star is going to be there. As I said, 105 Storage is going to be there, and they're going to help us figure out why it is we need storage and what to put in storage and what not to. We have...
Got to learn that lesson quick. You don't want to woulda, shoulda, coulda. I've been there. That's why, candles, not for outdoor package. Okay, go ahead. Not outdoor storage.
we have representatives of, I don't know if I can say their name on the air, so I'm not going to say them. But if you had a question about mortgage refinancing, VA loans, things like that, we have a person out there for that. We have the Texas State Liaison, Vet Liaison, so come out and see them. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, last year they did 75 birdhouses, by the way.
No
Wow.
way.
Yeah, they said, oh, how many kids should we bring? I went, I don't know, 30 maybe? Yeah, they had to keep going back to get more kids.
Wow.
Oh, and I love
That's
that they
awesome.
went back. I love
Yeah.
that. Someone, I mean, I love those that don't just do the minimum. They're like, oh, we are out. No, they went back. That's awesome.
Big shout out to Matt and Macy over there at the Home Depot. They're fantastic. We have helium balloons, and we have fresh popcorn. We have one of those old-time popcorny things making popcorn.
Oh.
And more ice-cold soft drinks and water that you can shake your stick at. We went to go pick it up last night over at HEB, and they had it all nice and palletized. It weighed down the truck.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. They went above and beyond. They actually had to split up the load and deliver it over to the house for me. That's such sweet people.
Wow. Thank you,
Amazing.
HEB.
I know. Well, they rock, and of course, I'm a lover of the
Me
heat.
too.
I mean,
That's where I shop.
I know it's
Everybody shops at HEB.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, and plus, I mean, great produce. I mean, don't get me started.
Exactly.
Great produce, great meat, and I mean, I have to watch it in the bakery and easy prepared meals now because it makes it too easy. You know what I mean? I'm like, keep walking, don't look, because it's just so yummy. But yeah, no, I'm so excited about tomorrow, and because we do this every Saturday morning, 8 to 9. So about this time is when our stomachs start growling. So you're starting to talk about hot dogs, popcorn, Coke, and or sodas. I envision because I love my Coke with ice. I'm like, ooh man, I can't wait for tomorrow. So I know it's going to be fantastic, and of course, there's ways that people can get involved with the organization itself. Or looking for supporters, how can they reach out to you? And same with ways that people want to volunteer. Are you looking for more volunteers? Because I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners that want to help.
We are always looking for volunteers, and I want to put this out right now. If you're a veteran and you're not part of the American Legion, shame on you. What's your problem? If you're not a veteran and you just have a need to serve your community, the American Legion is your one-stop shop. We work with a whole bunch of organizations here in the county that need people. Horses for Heroes. Do you like hanging out at the stable? Yes. Horses for Hero, Henry's Horses, if you've heard of them.
I have, yeah.
Yes. We will get you in touch with them. Meals for Wheels. You'll see a partnership later on. We're going to team up with Meals on Wheels here in Montgomery County. Did you guys know we had Meals on Wheels here?
Yes.
I only got introduced to it because of some of the stuff that the station's done with them. We did their kickoff, or they had a marathon at B52 Brewery earlier in the season, and so I was able to be a part of it. I did not realize there was one right here in Montgomery County, so it was great. But I know that partnership, certainly teaming up together is going to be a great opportunity to serve others in the community. So I love the idea of it. I love that you're open to any and everybody, because that's how it should be, in the sense of wanting to volunteer. And I love that you're really just making sure all veterans are covered, and making sure, like you said, if they've served one day of active duty during, wartime, that you want them there. And either way, just come and meet them. Tomorrow's going to be not only fun, but it sounds like you can get completely, not to totally be cheese, but they really are the 411 post tomorrow.
We are the 411 post. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things that we're starting to build ourselves at. Hopefully my T-shirts will be in by tomorrow. They're not here yet, so I'm kind of worried. But yes, you can support the 411 because we have the information. That's what we want to do. That's what the American Legion is here for, is we're here to supply that information and those resources for the people that need it, our veterans, their families, and the communities that we live in.
I love that.
Can I do a thank you for you right now?
Of course, please.
Because, and Dan, I hope you're awake and you're actually at work listening to the show. If you're not, Dangerous Dan, you're wrong. I have coffee and muffins supplied by Grit and Grace. Thank you, ladies. If anybody listens, they know that coffee and muffins are a requirement. Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man, you're laying down on the job.
You were so sweet. He's such a gentleman. And Doug's hilarious, by the way. He is a veteran in many respects on many levels, of course, with serving our country, but he happens to be a veteran on the air. So if he sounds like natural, that's because he is. He's been doing this a few days. It's not his first.
I'm using my radio voice.
It's not his first rodeo, you could say. He actually hosts a show every month here on Lone Star, Veterans Talk, right? Or Veterans Air.
Veterans Air.
Excuse me. And so and that's how we met. And what's so funny, and I know we're short on time, so I got to make it quick, but whenever we were made aware of this great event, Hefe, our boss, sent me an email, and I was like, oh, wonderful. And I reached out to him. So unbeknownst to me, I, of course, met Doug. We'd done some broadcasting together, and we had fun. But I was like, hello, Doug, all like, not knowing who it was. He was like, hey, Merideth, it's me, Doug. We met like a couple times now. Like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I felt like such a jerk. I was like, oh, but he didn't skip a beat. He totally is a gentleman, and I love everything that he does, and particularly at Lone Star Community. But then when I discovered his efforts and everything he does with American Legion, we had to have him on. So we were so thrilled, and certainly tomorrow we're going to have some fun together. But before we go to break, I have a quick question now. Because of 4th of July, and not to assume, but I know y'all are both some, Texans, or not. You're an implant Texan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Doug.
an implant. That's
yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm a damn Yankee.
Yeah, you are. I didn't want to say it. I'm glad. See, he's honest. He knows what's up. But that being said, I was going to quiz y'all a little U.S. history, maybe, for 4th of July, a little history buffs. Okay, so when we come back, Doug, if you don't mind sticking around.
I have nowhere else to be.
Thanks, Doug. Well, the love keeps coming. I was just complimenting the man on that. Okay, anyway, how funny. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth up next. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. Be sure to check us out every Saturday live, 8 to 9 on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. Also on irlonestar.com. But more importantly, subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear. Leave us your comments, right? Yeah. We want to hear from you, all right? Check us out online, too. Where can they find us online? Damn it, woman. That's what you're supposed to say. The social media. Grit and Grace Texas at gmail.com. Online, all our social media platforms are at Grit and Grace Texas. Be sure to connect with us, guys.